Hello beer tubers and welcome to yet another beer review. With me, Peter, the Master of Hoppets, today joined by...
Mess, the Duke of Delirium.
Looking at two beers that should be pretty interesting. Collaboration beers. This is a collaboration series, I guess, by To Øl and Beavertown. So To Øl in Denmark and Beavertown in the UK. Came in this sweet little box. Gotta give a big thanks to Jack Walker from Bear Beer Reviews and Atom Beers. For these two, we did a little trade at CBC. And this was some of the beer that I got. So, this is Beavertown's and To Øl, Dr. Jekyll, and Mr. Hyde. Hopefully you can see the labels properly. They are awesome. Very cool label. Some kind of monster-y looking dude on here. And, I don't know, he's got like laser eyes. And Enlightened Crazy Professor or something like that. It's very cool artwork. It looks great. So what they did here was basically, according to the back here, that they did two beers with the somewhat same base wort and then evolved them separately. So that's kind of cool. And they're both made with this Scottish yeast strain that they say here on the back that it's a Scottish yeast strain that became well known for Belgian pale ale. So I think it's a whole story about how some Scottish ale yeast used traditional Scotland, moved to Belgium, and was evolved there to create different beer styles. It's something to do with that. Not going to go into that story, but Dr. Jekyll is this one, the golden one.
The good one.
The good one. The good guy. Is a tart muscat wine barrel aged Brettanomyces gooseberry Belgian pale ale on 8.1%. And Mr. Hyde is a smooth, complex, chocolatey Imperial Stout on 13.7%. Aged in Speyside whiskey barrels. The difference is that they have some, they're made from the same wort kind of thing, but they made kind of a light side and a dark side. It's kind of a cool concept. It's something when you think, why has no one ever in beer really, or at least what I've heard, referenced Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah, it makes sense.
2 of 1.
Yeah, it's cool. So it's a really cool concept. Dr. Jekyll was made with... First, it was barreled. They brewed the beer. It was barreled with Brettanomyces and fresh sour green gages, which is apparently a green European plum.
So
we
internet.
We googled it. The internet says that. And then it's rounded with lacto, so lactobacillus, gooseberries, and then it's in those muscat barrels. Whereas the Mr. Hyde is an Imperial Stout made with smoked malt, dark roasted malt, molasses, and hops. And then it's spiked with sea salt and then aged in the Speyside whiskey cask. So that's a really cool concept. Yeah. And I think towards the end, we might try and blend them. We'll see. Mix Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But I think we should start with the Dr. Jekyll on 8.1%. That looks nice. It looks kind of like, orangey. It looks like kind of like a very hazy Belgian pale ale, maybe almost like Fufun or something like that because it's so orange.
Yeah, quite murky.
White head to it. Let's check out the aroma. Very funky, very Brettanomyces forward.
Almost that apricot.
Yeah.
Kind of flavor to it.
I'm definitely also getting the gooseberry.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had those kind of green plums, the green gauges, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
that's just probably the sourness. What?
Maybe those aren't there as well.
It's got some oaky, woody notes. You're definitely smelling a sweet, vinous, almost white wine-esque quality to it.
Yeah. Almost like white wine barrel.
Yeah. I don't know if muscat is white or red. I know it's a sweet dessert wine.
Dessert wine. So it's probably more white than it's.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever had muscat, but you're getting that. Nice. You're getting some haze, some wheaty notes almost. Smells pretty nice. That kind of Brettanomyces barnyard. Yeah,
it's way more complex than the average Belgian pale ale.
Yeah. But again, you also have Brett and you have fruit and all these things in there. But yeah, a little bit of pale stone fruit, especially apricot. Smells nice. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. And thanks to Jack for the beer. Much more sour than I initially expected. Oh, and the sourness dies down instantly, almost. It's already now. It's what a pleasant aftertaste. That's a really nice aftertaste.
I didn't expect that at all.
It's like, but it fades like that, mellows out so quickly. It's definitely got like a
I
nice.
think it lingers quite.
You get the lacto because you get that kind of almost milky creaminess to it. Lactic acid. What lactic bacteria? What's also in milk or can be in milk. You're getting that almost like milky mouthfeel to it.
Oh, that's good.
That is really nice.
Almost like a caramel sweetness to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
On top of all those.
Tons of stone fruit.
Yeah.
Like apricot. Maybe not. Kind of peachy, but definitely lots of apricot. Maybe
White grapes
kumquats, maybe.
as well.
Yeah, kumquat maybe. White grape, yeah, for sure. The muscat barrel kind of lends a little bit of a sweet wine flavor
But
to it.
it's nice and dry. It's just not overtly sweet. It has
No. It's
quite a lot of flavor.
It's amazingly balanced.
Yeah.
Moving on, guys. Dr. Jekyll. So my biggest fear when we poured this, or Dr. Jekyll, sorry, Mr. Hyde, it seemed like it lacked carbonation. So maybe a bad bottle, I don't know. But very thin looking for an Imperial Stout, actually, on 7%.
It does give a quite nice oily
alcohol legs.
Yeah.
But it's pitch black. I mean, no light and no head.
No.
When we poured it, it had a bit of a head, but let's check out the aroma. Oh, that's got a lot of Scotch. Lots of Scotch. It's almost like you poured straight Scotch whiskey into the glass. So guys, the camera kind of fucked up, and we kept being called on both our phones, so yeah, sorry for these weird cuts, but we were drinking on the Mr. Hyde, and it's dead flat.
Yeah.
No carbonation. It's very umami.
Still big in the mouthfeel, but it's definitely, So umami, coffee,
dark chocolate.
Boozy,
but it's not...
Licorice.
Yeah. We were talking salmiak, the sweet... or the salty licorice from Scandinavia. You're getting that sea salt, umami, smoky flavor with licorice flavors. Kind of makes it taste like that. There's the whiskey. There's vanilla. There's the oak. It's got a kick of alcohol, but it's very like licoricey, roasty, burnt umami Imperial Stout. But it does have some sweetness. It's got that sugary kind of sweetness, probably from the molasses. You're tasting molasses too, but you get that sugary gloss on your lips. But the biggest beef is that this is dead flat. There's no carbonation in it. It's a flat Imperial Stout. It's a style of beer that soft carbonation can be okay, but I do want carbonation. Flat beer is not nice.
No.
But it's got a big bold flavor to it. Yeah, it's a shame. But because of that, I think I prefer this bad boy, actually. Dr. Jekyll. It does have some sweetness. It's got some sweetness from the barrels, and it's got a little bit of that sugary sweetness. But it's more towards the roasty, charry umami. It's got a little bit of dark fruit too side of things.
Yeah, it's still sweet, but it's not.
But it's flavor. It's sweet, but it's definitely more so a umami-esque Imperial Stout. I actually really like Dr. Jekyll. I'm like 94 on Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah. I am pretty much like 95 on Jekyll, and then Mr. Hyde would be something like
80.
Yeah, 89. I want to say.
I don't want to go up in the 90s because it's lacking carbonation, and I do want some carbonation.
I think even though without it having carbonation, I still think.
If it had the carbonation, it'd be in the 90s.
So.
If it had carbonation, it'd probably be like 93, 90, something like that. I mean,
91 maybe for Hyde, and then 95.
Yeah, and 94 on Dr. Jekyll, and then I'm probably like 86, 87 on Mr. Hyde. I really hate that it doesn't have any carbonation because it's dead flat. So we did the cuvée. This is To Øl and Beavertown Dr. Jekyll Mr. Hyde. I don't know what you call it.
Mr. Dr. Jekyll.
Mr. Dr. Jekyll. Jekyll. And now you can see it has carbonation. I mean, even though you poured in the...
a small sample.
Yeah, I maybe did a little too big sample. I don't know. But let's check out the aroma. Yeah, that's weird. It kind of smells like funky Imperial Stout with apricots.
It smells like fart. I think pretty much.
Cuvées are fun to do and blend. Yeah. I don't think they're meant to be blended, but we're going to try it. Let's try it.
They're better on their own.
Much better on their own. This is weird. This is like sour. The umami and salty
Pretty
and
much just a big mess, I think.
Yeah, that doesn't work. We're not gonna rate that. We just tried. I mean, it's just umami, and then sour. It's weird. Yeah, if you got these drinking on their own. Umami sour. If you got these bad boys drinking them on their own, how they're meant to be, and don't be idiots like us and do a blend. But fun to try. Thanks a ton to Jack from Beer Brew Reviews and Aston Brewing for the Beavertown To Øl, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Cool collab. We'd love to hear your guys' thought on both of them. Which one did you prefer? And did you have a case of no carbonation with Mr. Hyde? Would be nice to hear. So let us know, guys. And yeah, as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, cheers. And see you guys in another beer review.